We shall assemble on the mountain. We shall assemble at the throne with humble hearts into his presence. We bring an offering of song, glory and honor and dominion unto the Lamb, unto the King. We sing the song of the redeemed. We shall assemble on the mountain. We shall assemble at the throne with humble hearts into his presence. We bring an offering of song, glory and honor and dominion unto the Lamb, unto the King. Hallelujah. We sing the song of the redeemed. We shall assemble on the mountain. We shall assemble at the throne with humble hearts into his presence. We bring an offering of song, glory.
Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. I'm Brandon Hathaway. I preach at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I got Lyndon here with me. You say hi. And I got Kendrick here with me.
Hi.
And I'm always happy to have them come join me as I do the Verse of the Day. So today's the weekend, Saturday, April 3rd. And we don't follow the reading schedule because we left the weekends open for people to catch up. And so that gives us the opportunity to just look at any verse. And so we're going to go and look at 1 Samuel chapter 8 and verses 4 and 5. 1 Samuel 8 and verses 4 and 5. Now, in the adult class at the congregation here at Westside, we are studying 1 Samuel. And so we just actually kind of got to this point, read past this point a little bit. And here the children of Israel are seeking something different. So let's go ahead and read that. You want to try to read it? No? All right. So it says, Then all the elders of Israel gathered together and came to Samuel at Ramah and said to him, Look, you are old, and your sons do not walk in your ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all nations. And so Israel is caught up in wanting a king. And again, this is not the first time that they've asked for a king, but they desire a king. But the focus, I believe you have to get on this verse, is that now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. They wanted to be like all the other nations. They want to be like everybody else. And that's where we get caught up in going down a wrong path. As children of God, we are called out as the church, as the Lord's church. We are called out of the ways of this world, called out of doing what everybody else does. And here they are. Let us be like all the other nations. And so they asked for a king. And again, as you go through this chapter, God, through Samuel, warns the children of Israel what a king will be like and how he's going to rule over them, how he's going to use their sons, their daughters, their servants. And, no, give us a king so we can be like all the nations. And, I believe sometimes as Christians and as congregations, we get caught up in looking at the world, say, I want to be like them. That's how we choose when we think about what we're going to be dressing like. That's what we think when we're talking and how we talk and what we think is okay and not okay to say. That's even how some people start getting caught up in mindset and ideas of, well, why can't we go ahead and add this to our worship or add this to that worship or why do we have to do that? And again, not everything is a sin, right? So we have to sit there and ask certain questions. And but when we get caught up in saying, well, I just want to do it to be like everybody else, I just want to do it, whether or not it's a command or addition, or if it's an aid to the command of God, then we're going to get caught up in going down the wrong path, get caught up in going into sin. Because Satan, as you read through the Word of God, is the God of the age, God of this world. And whether people realize it or not, get caught up in following him more often than they think. And so we have to be careful because we know that this goes down a wrong path. Even though God is the one that selects this first king ends up going down the wrong path. Even David ends up getting caught up in a little bit of sin, but after David, because of his sin, punishment comes up on him. Samuel starts off, not Samuel, Solomon. Solomon starts off well with asking for wisdom, but then wealth and knowledge goes to his head, and he has too many wives, and it just continues down a wrong path. It did not work well for Israel on having kings. And so let us be careful on wanting to be like the rest of the world. Let's always just be ready to serve God. Just obey God. I want to thank you for joining me today. It's always encouraging. Lennon's over here playing with cars, and you might be just watching him instead of listening to me. I thank you for joining me. I hope that you have a good day, a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye, bye, bye.